What's going on, everybody? Trevor Wilson here. Welcome back to the Bourbon Wrench. Today, we are going to be talking about if I could only keep 5 whiskeys, what would they be? ADHD Whiskey, once again, coming up with some crazy idea about keeping a certain number of whiskeys. Come on, I can only keep 5, but we are going to tackle the task. I'm gonna narrow it down to which 5 bottles from my collection I would keep if, for some terrible, unfortunate circumstance dictated that I could only keep 5, what would they be? Now, I tried to narrow it down to bottles that not necessarily, I think, are the best bottles ever, but kind of hold a special place in my heart, have sentimental value, or kind of, you know, you can't really get them anymore, stuff like that. You know, things that aren't really replaceable, in my opinion. Or if they are replaceable, they're very hard to get, and I might as well just keep the one that I have. All right, so let's get right into it. My first pick that I would bring with me would be this old school Knob Creek single barrel store pick. One, you get the old school cool bottle. You know, Knob Creek changes their label and bottle design every other year, it seems. And this particular pick is a 15-year-old pick. For one, Knob Creek single barrels are just some of my favorite bottles ever. And then these old school picks were just absolutely fantastic. The 15 years, just stupid how good they were. And yeah, I know you can get the Knob Creek 15-year release that they put out now. It's just not the same. Yes, we are danger low, but it's all a hypothetical world, you know. I'm trying to put some emphasis on if this were to happen. So I would hypothetically still pick a very low bottle to bring with me. It's just so good. These are amazing. It's a 15-year-old pick. They vanished. They disappeared. Very sad day, but I kept this sucker around. It's because I love it. All right, moving on to the second pick. It's going to go to a Driftless Glen bourbon pick. Now, this pick is very important to me because it marks the first pick that I ever went on. The guys from Storytime invited me along with, took me there. It was just such a great trip. So this bottle itself just reminds me of that trip, spending time with all of the guys, getting to drink some incredible whiskey, picking some incredible whiskey. And then the best part to me is that I was immortalized on the bottle as an Oompa Loompa. Come on, so friggin' cool. So not only did they pop my barrel picking cherry, they then threw my face on the bottle. So to me, what this represents is just very sentimental. It's very important, and this has to exist forever on my shelf. You can't leave it behind. All right, before we move any further, if you liked the video, reminder, hit the like button. If you're not already subscribed, consider doing so. If you want to support the channel more, you can do so by clicking the Patreon link. Check out all of the different tiers I have. I have so many different items that are going to be thrown at you very soon, so check that out if that's something that interests you. All right, let's get into my third bottle that I would be saving. Elmer T Lee. Now wait, before you're like, dude, don't you always hate on Buffalo Trace? Yes, I do like making fun at Buffalo Trace. Does that mean I hate it? No, they have really good products. And yes, I get it. This is a very hard to get bottle. I didn't want to throw unicorns on this list because unicorn, but this bottle to me is very, very sentimental. So the day I got this bottle, I won it in a raffle. That same day, we unfortunately lost my cousin. So ever since then, this bottle has become his bottle. It's not that I think this is the best tasting whiskey. I think it's a really good one. Unfortunately, it's hard to get, but after that day, you know, I try and only drink it on, you know, his birthday, on the day we lost him with his family. So to me, it just holds a very, very special place in my heart. And I know this could be all mental, but I think when you have some sort of emotional, mental connection to a bottle, you just enjoy it so much more. And, you know, regardless of, you know, people's opinions of unicorn bottles or Elmer T Lee or whatever, I just think it tastes that much better with what I associate it with. So yeah, I would have to bring this one along. It's just very special to me, very hard to get, could not leave it behind. Okay, did not mean to get too sad on you guys, but that's what we do over here, real talk. But let's lighten the mood with a little bit more of a love story, shall we? The next bottle that I would bring along is this very specific bottle of Maker's Mark. Yeah, it's a slam dunked, kind of, baby dunk RC6. What? Now, there's a very, very special story behind this bottle, and that's precisely why I would keep it. For one, I always have to keep a bottle of Maker's Mark. I mean, is what I do. But this bottle in particular, Miss Wrench and I actually slam dunked it ourselves at the distillery. That's another reason too. An RC6 slam dunked by us. Crazy. The story goes, we went on the tour, we go in there, I go up to the counter and I see a whole shelf behind the counter of RC6 with no wax on it. Like, what the heck is that? The lady proceeds to tell me they just so happened to find a lost crate of RC6 tucked away somewhere. They just forgot about it for years. Found it and then decided, let's sell it in the gift shop and let people dunk them. So had to go do it immediately. So yes, I think, you know, with the story behind it and then the fact that Miss Wrench and I walked up there and said, we're touching the bottom of this wax bucket. Absolutely love it. Favorite distillery, there with Miss Wrench doing it. Dip our own RC6 bottle. Just very, very sentimental to me. Who knows if I'll ever open this, maybe one day, but for now, it's just sealed away and we can just enjoy all of its beauty. All right, let's move on to the last bottle, and this is kind of going back full circle. I'm gonna pick a bottle that you really can't get anymore, but easily one of my favorite pours ever, and that's why I would have to bring it along with me. And that's gonna go to Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. This is what's left of my C919, one of the greatest batches ever of anything. Just the greatest batches of bourbon. This is it. So freaking good. And you know, I love all Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, so if I could only keep 5 in this theoretical hell, I would be happy with bringing just this. And you know, if the rules allowed, then I would happily accept newer batches of Elijah Craig after this one's gone. But the last bit of this would be heaven in my mouth, and I would be happy to sacrifice a slot for this little bit of Angel's Tears. So, so good. If you know, you know. If you've had this, you know. Absolutely delicious. So, there we have it. Those are my 5 bottles that I would bring along if, big if, I had to only keep 5. Now, this was actually really hard because as I was looking through my bottles and deciding this list, I kept coming up with other bottles that could easily be somewhere in this list. So thankfully we don't have to do this. I'm excited to see what you guys say. So leave a comment down below letting me know what your 5 would be and why. Again, thank you guys for checking out the video. If you liked it, please hit the like button and the subscribe button, the bell button, all of that stuff. Huge shout out again to ADHD Whiskey for being the mastermind behind this. And until next time, guys, I'm Trev Wilson. I'll see you in the next video.